If your plant is turning yellow, don't feed it yet, because the kitchen scraps you think will save it could be the reason it gets worse. Banana peels, rice water, vegetable scraps, eggshells, and manure tea can all help your garden, but only when they are prepared the right way. Use them wrong, and you may attract pests, burn roots, create bad smells, or waste time treating the wrong problem. So before you pour anything on your plants, here are 5 kitchen waste mistakes that catch many gardeners off guard. The first mistake is putting banana peels directly on top of the soil. Banana peels contain potassium, which is useful for flowering and fruiting plants. But leaving them exposed can attract flies, ants, rodents, and other unwanted visitors. A better option is to chop the peels into small pieces and add them to compost. You can also soak them in water for a few days, strain the liquid, and use it around flowering plants. Just avoid leaving whole peels sitting on the soil surface. The second mistake is using rice water fresh and expecting dramatic results. Fresh rice water contains starch, but it is relatively mild. When rice water is left for several days, it begins to ferment, making it more useful for supporting beneficial soil microbes. However, fermented rice water should always be diluted before use. Mix 1 part fermented rice water with 10 parts water and apply it around the root zone. It is most useful in garden beds, compost piles, and soils that need a biological boost. The third mistake is making vegetable scrap fertilizer too strong. Many gardeners soak vegetable scraps and then pour the liquid straight onto plants. That can be a problem. Concentrated scrap liquid may stress or damage roots. If you make a vegetable scrap fertilizer, use only plant-based materials such as leafy greens, cucumber ends, tomato scraps, or similar vegetable waste. Let the mixture steep for 1 to 2 weeks, then dilute it heavily before applying. Avoid meat, dairy, oily foods, salty foods, and cooked leftovers. And never use strong scrap liquid on seedlings. Too much can do more harm than good. The fourth mistake is expecting eggshells to work immediately. Eggshells contain calcium, but they break down very slowly. Sprinkling crushed eggshells around a struggling tomato plant will not solve a calcium-related issue overnight. Instead, think of eggshells as a long-term soil amendment. Dry them, crush them finely, and mix them into compost or garden soil where they can gradually break down over time. The fifth mistake is using fresh manure directly on plants. Fresh manure can burn roots, introduce weed seeds, and create sanitation concerns. If you want to make manure tea, start with aged or composted manure only. Place it in a cloth or mesh bag, soak it in water for several days, then dilute the liquid before use. Apply it around the soil, not directly onto leaves, and avoid using it close to harvest on leafy crops. So what is the lesson here? Kitchen waste is not automatically good or bad. The real difference comes from how it is prepared and applied. A banana peel, a bucket of rice water, or a pile of vegetable scraps can either help your garden or create new problems. Before adding anything to your plants, take a moment to understand what it does and how it should be used. That small step can save you a lot of frustration later. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Guide to Green Thumb for more practical gardening tips.